if you want channels like ours still to work, I think you need to drive that brand awareness and you need to drive it where it's happening. Limango is very specific in its approach to customers and also how we're doing sales. And if you don't have a clear strategy, if you run sort of a one-size-fits-all approach to marketplaces, that will not work for us.
Today, we're joined by Lennard Kressin, Marketplace Director at Limango. Welcome, Lennard.
Thanks for having me.
What is it that best performing brands do differently on Limango than others?
Our best performing brands, they specifically do one thing, and that is understanding our heritage as a shopping club. That means we run a campaign-driven business, and they understand that it's necessary to run campaigns throughout the year so that they actually get a focus on their assortment. They create visibility, but not only during the campaigns, but also throughout the rest of the year.
What would you say sets Limango's customers apart and what keeps them coming back?
We mainly cater to families, so moms is our main customer group. In terms of the trends, I don't want to say they are late, but we can see that a lot of the fashion trends, they arrive at Limango a little bit later. For us, it's mainly about focusing on functional products. So a lot of it is children's clothing, women's clothing, but more functionally, also shoes. In terms of the habits that they have, we know that our moms don't have any time for shopping. Yeah? So our current customer research actually shows us that they maybe give us a 10-minute window during the day when they can do shopping. We actually try to deliver on two things. We know that for some of them, sometimes it's just a joyous activity. So they say, hey, I'm looking for inspiration. I just want to distract myself from this busy day that I'm having, and I just want to browse. And so in our campaign feed, we actually focus on just creating great deals every day so that they have something to come back to. And that actually drives them back almost every day. And the other side is sometimes it's just a burdensome activity. Sometimes they just want to find something really fast. They wake up and in the morning, you realize your kid has outgrown the shoes again. So then we try to actually focus on this and deliver that search result for that kid's shoe very fast. So what we've also done in the past is we have revamped our loyalty program. We have the Family Star program, and we've used a lot of gamified approaches just to create that stickiness to the customer so that they also feel they can earn some points, they get some rewards, they get some special vouchers when they do certain challenges on site.
Tell me, what is one innovation that brands should prepare today in order for them to remain relevant tomorrow?
There's a lot of focus on AI and how that will change also shopping behavior. So we know that right now it's mainly maybe Google Shopping, some groups, customer groups on Meta, Facebook, etc. But I think that will change significantly. So for me, if you're a brand, right now what you need to prepare is to have a good strategy to create upper funnel awareness in social selling, to be on TikTok Shop, to be there and just try these new possibilities from the beginning. To be able to create that brand awareness, because the purchasing is becoming more fragmented. Yeah, so you will have many more channels in the future. At least that's my view. And if you want channels like ours still to work, I think you need to drive that brand awareness and you need to drive it where it's happening. And that's going to be mainly influenced by AI and social.
And let's talk about one hidden gem that brands don't use enough on your platform.
There is one thing, and that is because we work differently, because we are this campaign-driven model. We also don't have the commonly used features like sponsored product ads, but we do have an alternative. And as I said in the beginning, we're focusing more on campaigns, and we have a sponsored campaign ad. Yeah. And that is one thing where you can actually drive visibility to your campaigns in the later stages of the campaign. Okay. And that's something that works really well in terms of the ROAS you're actually generating from this. But this is something where a lot of companies, a lot of brands and retailers are hesitant because they don't know this feature from other retailers.
I would like to ask you to give me maybe 3 do's and 1 don't that brands should focus on.
The one thing I always touch on when it comes to do's on the platform is you got to have a clear strategy. As I pointed out earlier, Limango is very specific in its approach to customers and also how we're doing sales. And if you don't have a clear strategy, if you run sort of a one-size-fits-all approach to marketplaces, that will not work for us. The first thing is really have a clear strategy for the marketplace you're trying to sell on, you're trying to be successful on, and focus on that. The other thing is, I think it's really important to have the right resources in place to actually run that strategy. Yeah? A lot of the times we see one marketplace manager tasked with running 12 different marketplaces. That will not work either. Yeah? So I think to actually staff your marketplace strategy in the right way, that is a key do as well. And then in terms of maybe looking at the marketplace itself, if you're looking at us specifically, you need to understand exactly the opportunities we offer you to drive your sales. And I'm coming back to that campaign business, so understanding that and dealing with that and having that year-round strategy for campaign business, that for me is really a do that you need to focus on. The biggest don't, that you don't look at it from a I just want to win perspective. It's more a partnership approach. I think if you're running on a marketplace, do not think I want to sell, I want to do this, I want to achieve that. It's more like, how can we do this together? Yeah, because if you're not looking at it from a partnership perspective, I think you're approaching it in the wrong way.
There you have it. Which of these insights are you adding on to your basket? Leave us a comment and don't forget to follow Zeos and Tradebyte for more behind-the-scenes marketplace strategies. Thank you.